Sahih al-Bukari 476 is the favorite hadith of these westernized non-denominational Muslims to try to say that Aisha hit puberty when Momo had intercourse with her. But is that truly the case? No, it's not the case, and we'll go through the problems with using this hadith to try to say that Aisha reached puberty. So the first problem that we actually have to look at is the fact that there's 3 other Sahih hadith on this exact same narration. And Bukari 476 is the only one that mentions puberty. So with 4 different hadiths all reporting on the exact same thing, how does just one get the word puberty in there? Because if we look at the Arabic of each 4 of these hadith, they are the exact same except for the exception of these 2 words here. And for all 4 of these hadith, the word in question is al, which for 3 out of 4 of these hadith all translated to something along the lines of remember, with only one translating it to puberty. If we look at the Arabic English dictionary, we see that the word in question right here means more reasonable, brighter, smarter, or more intelligent. This is the exact word that is used in all 4 of the hadith. Right here, the same word for all 4 hadith. This word on its own does not mean puberty. So al-kal on its own does not mean puberty. Only when paired with another word to get al-umr does it mean the years of reason and maturity. Al-kal on its own does not mean the years of reason and maturity. It means more reasonable, brighter, smarter, da-da-da-da-da. But the Arabic used in 476 is al-kal, as we see al-kal, 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 al-kal. Which is why 3 out of 4 of the Sunnah.com translations translates the same exact word to remember, remember, and remember. Al-um is not used here. It's al-kal. So non-denominational Muslims actually changed the Arabic up, and they all translate it correctly to remember. Now that we know that al-kal on its own does not mean puberty, we can see why the other translations of this same narration are more accurate. If this translation were true, that her parents were following Islam since she hit puberty, meaning that if this translation isn't a mistranslation and Aisha's parents were following Islam since she hit puberty, that would mean that Aisha would have been pubescent in Abu Bakr's rockers. You guys really telling me that Aisha hit puberty as a sperm cell? Yeah, okay. The flying donkey stuff I can believe, but the pubescent sperm cells? Nuh-uh. But since we know that is all tomfoolery, it's pretty safe to say that this is a mistranslation. It would make no sense for this hadith to be translated like that, and it would mess up the whole timeline. We can also look at Islam QA, where a scholar put together 2 authoritative scholars who actually commented on this exact hadith. Al-Biaqia and Abu Dahabi. They both say that it is talking about Aisha only being able to remember her parents following Islam, right here and here. Al-Biaqia also says that Aisha was born in, meaning that it is more likely that she only remembers her parents being Muslim. So in conclusion, this hadith, al-kal refers to her remembering or recalling something which is only pointing to her cognition, not puberty or menarche. Obviously, remembering something doesn't prove mental maturity or readiness for marriage. Or do Muslims want to start arguing that 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds are ready? Please don't do that. This is about remembering her parents following Islam, as that is all she knew. For as far back as she can remember, her parents were Muslim. The Arabic of this hadith, the scholarly interpretation of this hadith, and the fact that Aisha was born into Islam all support the fact that it's talking about remembering and not her hitting puberty. Due to the fact that if Aisha was born into Islam, it would make sense for her to remember would be her parents being Muslim, as they were Muslim before she was born. This goes to show that westernized Muslims are ashamed of their prophet and what he did, and they know deep down inside, they know he was way out of line. Next video, we'll be looking at Abu Dawood and the butchering of this hadith as well.